Hello everybody, JGC Anime here, and today we are going to be reviewing Komi Can't Communicate, a series that I may not have a very positive light of, so yeah, let's just hop right into it. So, what is the story of Komi Can't Communicate? Basically, we follow this boy named Tadano who meets this girl called Komi, and after a few incidents occur, such as Komi being strangely popular despite not talking, Tadano ends up in a situation where he sees Komi speaking very quietly and quickly figures out she can't really communicate with people. The reason she doesn't speak, despite being popular with everyone, because she doesn't speak, is because she is very nervous and she can't really talk to people. Because of this trait, she doesn't really have any friends. So Tadano, after becoming her first friend, agrees to help her reach her goal of obtaining 100 friends. And thus the series just grows a large cast of different kinds of characters from all kinds of different personalities. And that's kind of like how the story plays out, where they meet new characters as well as kind of do the day-to-day life stuff. It's a slice of life, kind of a rom-com-ish. That is just basically, yeah, that type of trope. But whatever, let's just hop right into this. So what do I like and dislike? I don't care what people say. I don't like Komi. I do not like Komi as a character. I know, hate me all you want. I don't care. I don't like Komi. Not because of her personality or anything like that. It's actually something completely unrelated, and that's the joking element. The whole joke of the series is that, as the title says, she can't communicate. So, because she can't, she's put in these scenarios where she's required to communicate, but because she can't, she just has everyone misunderstanding things, which is very similar to the other anime known as Handa-kun, which is an anime personally I think is a lot better than this one, where people misunderstand her and things go her way unintentionally, even if it doesn't work out the way she intended, because, you know, people just completely make up their own viewpoints. And that's the entire joke behind Komi's character, and it's not very funny. It is not funny. It is very annoying after like the third episode, and some people like it, some people find that very funny, but for me, no, it got old very fast. So when I finally sat down and watched the rest of the series, because I waited until the show finished after like 3 episodes because I couldn't take it, so I just wanted to wrap it all up in one sitting, I wasn't laughing. And the other thing is to say is I don't like the cast either. The only one I can say I generally kind of like is Tadano, because I kind of feel bad for him. But other than that, no, I hate pretty much every single cast member. I have a small wiki cast up here, like the Komi-san wiki, where it lists the names, and the character Najimi Osana is basically like this femboyish character who's like, you don't know if he's a boy or a girl. I'm gonna say he, but he's a boy or a girl. It's this whole debate where it kind of switches around. You don't know exactly. Which I guess they were trying to play off of the snafu trope, like My Teen Romantic Comedy Snafu, where they had a boy character who looked very feminine, but it's not there. It's not funny. It's really not funny. And there's one character, specifically, that I despise with a passion, and she is one of the major reasons I don't like this show. And that is Ren-Yamai, who is basically a yandere who really likes Komi-san. I say Komi-san because that's just kind of what I'm used to saying when I describe Komi. But she's a yandere for Komi, and I hate her. I hate the yandere trope. I find yanderes to be a disturbing, creepy, like, idea, and the fact that any show introduces them makes me uncomfortable about the idea of watching them. It's the same reason I didn't watch Future Diaries. I didn't want to watch it because I find yanderes extremely creepy. They make me uncomfortable, and seeing them in shows and books, I don't like them. There are occasional characters that are super love obsessed, but I only really enjoy them when they're not like obsessed to the point they pull out a knife if they see another one approaching the person they like. That's pushing it too far. If it's something kind of like Chiho in The Devil is a Part-Timer, where she likes the main character and doesn't really like seeing everyone around him in any way, she doesn't try to play it off like it's dangerous. She just is like, hey, this is the guy I want to go for. Why are you getting in my business? But yanderes are just creepy as frick, you know? They're just really creepy. And I can't really remember the rest of the cast because they're just so forgettable. The story, it's weird because I heard a lot of hype going around about the series, and I know I'm only talking about what I really dislike, but I guess the only thing I can really say that I like is probably maybe the opening. The opening's pretty good. I like the opening. It's very well animated, and the song's very nice, but I didn't really enjoy this. And this is at the time right now, as of right now when I'm recording this, season 2 is playing, which I'll be honest, I don't think it deserves a season 2, but again, just my opinion. Don't hate me for it. Well, you probably will anyway. People on the internet are very toxic, but I don't really like, again, anyone. I don't like anyone. The only one I really like is Tadano. I think he's a very, carefree but also concerning protagonist who wants to try to live his day-to-day life but can't because he's put in a school of weirdos. And I didn't really enjoy this. Some spoiler-free thoughts is just kind of what I've been talking about, what I like and dislike. I don't think anything in here really stuck out to me. It played a bunch of generic tropes, and it seems to be kind of hinting at something between Komi and Tadano in the story, but I'm not interested. I am not interested. I don't have any interest in anything that's happening in the world of Komi-san. I think a show called Handa-kun, which I mentioned before, is a lot better in this respect, where it has the same type of premise where the main character doesn't like talking to people. Granted, it's a different personality where he thinks everyone's his enemy, so he doesn't want to talk to people because he thinks everyone hates him. With Komi, she's scared of talking to people, and because of that, she thinks she's hated by everyone, but that's not the case. But with Honda, it was funny because rather than trying to do nothing about it, he still tried interacting with people. Kind of like Sakamoto from the one show, Haven't You Heard I'm Sakamoto, where he still tried interacting with people, and even though he couldn't really speak with that many people, he still had a lot of very funny moments. And honestly, Komi wasn't that. There was no moment in Komi that I actually wanted to laugh. The only thing the show really had going for it was some of its animation, which looked really nice. But I didn't like it, and the episodes aren't really that much better. So yeah, we're just gonna hop into a bit of a spoiler section. So here is a timestamp to when the spoiler section ends. I don't know if this will be long or short, but yeah, for those of you who want to kind of hear my opinion, you can stick around, and if you disagree with me, don't forget to comment. So yeah, let's just hop right into the spoiler section, counting out from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so honestly, I didn't hate this show at first. In fact, the first episode seemed very promising. I enjoyed the first episode plenty. I thought it had the potential to be a very funny and good show. However, it quickly went downhill when none of the episodes grabbed me. It was kind of like how I felt when I first watched My Dress Up Darling, where I didn't have a full read on it, and it was mostly overblown by the hype that was surrounding it, and it made it very unsure to watch. In the end though, unlike My Dress Up Darling, where after I waited for the hype to die down and I could just watch the show normally, unlike My Dress Up Darling, where I actually enjoyed it in the end, I didn't enjoy this. I thought every episode was very generic and nothing about it really stood out. There might be hints, since Tadano and Komi are kind of hinted at with a romance, and apparently there's this other character who is supposed to come in later in the story, but I don't care. I don't care. I really don't, because this show is very forgettable. If I had to list how many episodes I actually remember, it would only be the first episode, because the rest of them are so vague in how I remember them. Maybe there was one episode or two. I think there was a school event, some kind of cafe. Was that in season 2? I don't know. I haven't watched season 2, so I wouldn't know. All I do know is that there weren't many memorable moments for me in this season of Komi. Will I watch season 2 is a question I cannot answer. I might, to see if it gets better, but if I do watch season 2 and I don't like it, I might just make another negative review, because Komi is meant to be a romantic comedy, I guess, kind of, or just a slice of life, but it's not funny. Nothing about it is funny. I can't really remember that many moments that I actually had a laugh. I think it was twice? Well, once in the first episode when Tadano first meets Komi, where it's kind of like a JoJo thing, which was kind of funny. But then after that, I think it was once in the final episode when after Komi tripped at a pool, the crazy mob of Komi fans beat up the floor that made Komi trip, which was almost funny. Like, it got a chuckle. But this didn't stick out to me. I don't get the hype around it. Why people like Komi, I don't get it. I really don't. It's not funny. It's repetitive. And again, the yandere's in there. And I've heard she does some pretty crazy and dangerous stuff in later volumes of the manga series. And I don't want to find out. So, will I watch season 2? Probably not. And will I probably give this show a shot? Like, again, like maybe it was bad the first time, maybe watching it a second time will change it. Probably not. I definitely did not enjoy this series. It might have been good if I was into this type of comedy, but despite the fact that one of my favorite anime YouTubers said that they really liked Komi and that this anime adaptation was doing it right, I didn't like it. I found this to be an incredibly mediocre series, and honestly, probably one of my least favorite slice of life animes out there. And I'm big on slice of life. There are some shows right now that I really love, and like the newest season of Love is War, as well as Shikimori's Not Just a Cutie. 2 slice of life comedies where I'm having a very great time. I'm having a great time with those shows. They are so much fun. And there's other shows that I can list that I really enjoyed, but this one, it's not one of them. I really didn't like Komi. I found it to be bland, repetitive, and honestly just not funny. Oh man, but we're at the conclusion of this video, and what are my final thoughts? It's not very good. I was gonna say fine, but when I think about it, no, it's not fine. It's not very good. I didn't really enjoy it. Overall, I found it to be a very bland and just kind of weird show. I compared it a lot to the show Honda-kun, which, again, I feel like is a much better show in comparison, even if that's meant to be like a prequel to something else that I didn't enjoy as much. But yeah, I didn't enjoy Komi that much. I didn't think anything was really funny. I didn't find any of the characters really memorable. And overall, I did not have a good time. And I don't think I'd want to rewatch season 1, and I probably won't watch season 2 until the entire season is done, so I can just, move past it. I'd rather go sit down, watch some of the newer shows, like Trapped in an Otome Game, Spy Family, Love is War, all those other really good shows, at least to me, all those are really good shows. Shikimori Isn't Just a Cutie, I believe that's its title. Or it's Not Just a Cutie, I just looked it up. It's Not Just a Cutie. Those shows, they're memorable. They're good. I'm enjoying them. But this, no. I did not enjoy this, and honestly, it's probably one of the most mediocre and dull things when it came out. The only reason I'm reviewing it now rather than before was because I hadn't gathered my thoughts. I wasn't sure if I liked or disliked it, but now I can say solemnly, I think that's the right word, I don't like Komi Can't Communicate. And that's why I give Komi Can't Communicate a 3 out of 10. There are a few small funny moments, and I do like the main character quite a bit. Not like a lot, but I like him decently enough. But that's all I can really give this show. I didn't enjoy it, and as much hype as many people gave it, I did not enjoy it. So that's all I really have to say. If you agree or disagree, it's up to you. But if you like, you can subscribe. I try to upload these anime reviews weekly, and I will see you all around. Peace!